Nigga, Dad, how much you gonna slap me?
Kid fault. I'm on.
Dad, how much you gonna slap me?
What you gonna do?
Dad, how much you gonna slap me? Slap me, nigga. Slap me.
On me, what you
Slap
gonna
me.
do?
Slap me.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna stand right here.
There's no escape!
What you gonna do?
You! What's going on, America and the rest of the world? Xander J. Hobson here, comedian, director and producer of boxing documentaries and troll to those who need trolling. This is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Folks, do me a favor, because I'm trying to grow the platform. Subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comment section because I enjoy checking out the feedback from these videos that I make, as well as exchanging opinions and points of views with you all.
Hello, welcome. I'll have you hold this. All right, if we can have your name.
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 29.
29, okay,
Yeah.
and what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
So anyway, folks, I love Pop the Balloon and Find Love. That's one of my favorite shows. And one of the reasons why I like it is because it shows young black people in a positive light and trying to find love. I think a lot of these people genuinely get on this show because they want to find love. Now, you got a lot of people that get on Pop the Balloon and Find Love is because, hey man, they want to get internet famous. And some of the people who have done that has been my man Bryant, the little hateful guy who gets on there and always fights with the women. Pointer got on Pop the Balloon and he pretty much took his social media presence to a whole nother level. Pointer doing his own thing with a version of Pop the Balloon called A Real One. And probably one of the most wild madcap characters to ever come through the Pop the Balloon universe was Aaron the Plumber. Listen, Aaron the Plumber, that guy is a piece of work. And I will say this, the first time I seen Aaron the Plumber, I said to myself, that guy reminds me of someone. But I couldn't put a finger on it. But I enjoyed watching Aaron the Plumber navigate his way through Pop the Balloon because when he initially came out there, those young ladies, they weren't too nice to Aaron the Plumber. And the one thing I know about women, they could be pretty mean. But you know what? Aaron the Plumber made a good account of himself. And as a result of that, a lot of people started liking and following him. It was kind of like Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels first got into the social media arena, he was just trying to uplift men. But you know what? He couldn't get a buzz trying to uplift men. But the second he got at some women, people started following him and liking him. And it was pretty much the same thing with Aaron the Plumber. Because some of those young ladies, they were really being nasty.
All right, if we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to say the pop in the balloon part. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or wasn't fully attracted to you, and I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show.
Well, let's go ahead. All right, we got to pop over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Tara. I'm 22.
Okay, and why did we end up popping our balloon?
The comment you made, I like a more humble person.
And we did get a pop balloon over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Lex, and I'm 23, and I popped my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful.
And Aaron the Plumber, he came through with shining colors. He handled himself very well. And he told those young ladies a thing or two. And as a result of that, people started liking this young man.
There's no escape!
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
And I was, she's someone that's your type?
she all right. You know, you're not really my type. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No, disrespect
you know,
you.
but if I see you in public, I wouldn't reach out to.
Totally fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
A little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant. You know, she asked me if she would be a good fit for me. If I like what I see, you know, it's contrary to the truth. So
of course.
that's all I can do is just state what I see. That's not a good look for me. That's all, Queen. But thank you. You did me a favor as well.
But at the end of the day, when Aaron the Plumber was on Pop the Balloon, he did end up linking up with a young lady. And I'm sorry that didn't work out because I thought that young lady was being genuine. But that young lady, she was chasing social media notoriety as well. So you get in where you fit in. Aaron the Plumber got on Pop the Balloon and he got some notoriety. And that young lady who walked off the stage with Aaron the Plumber, she got some notoriety as well. But we're talking about Aaron the Plumber. This guy reminded me of somebody. I just could not put a finger on it. Now, I've been loosely following Aaron the Plumber, and this guy has quite a story. Aaron the Plumber, a street guy, getting himself into trouble, being shot at one time and almost killed, got himself arrested. He was arrested, he was tried, he was convicted, he served his time. And he got out of jail, and he's been trying to live a finer, better life ever since. First, Aaron the Plumber working a regular 9 to 5, but eventually making his way to the plumbing vocation where he was making okay money. But he got on social media and he was trying to show young people how they can leave the streets behind and get an honorable vocation, something like plumbing. But Aaron the Plumber was not getting a lot of buzz trying to motivate people to be a plumber. Aaron the Plumber, he got his big break when he came on to Pop the Balloon and straighten them young ladies out.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know, women I deal with, they don't have hair on their arms.
Don't do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's all I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not what it
eyes.
is. No,
That's
I was
all
looking at the
pointing
hair on
out.
your arms,
Anyways,
Queen.
she asked.
At one point, when he was on Pop the Balloon, one of those young ladies called Aaron the Plumber a Ninja Turtle. And you know what? I can see that. But that wasn't who I thought he looked like. I knew Aaron the Plumber looked like somebody. Initially, I thought he looked like Mike Tyson. Aaron the Plumber looks like he could be a bastard child of Mike Tyson. So I'm like, this guy reminds me of Tyson. But you know when it hit me who I thought Aaron the Plumber looked like? It was this weekend. I went down to hang out with my connoisseur daughter and my connoisseur son-in-law and my connoisseur son-in-law, D'Angelo. He likes to play me in video games because for whatever the reason, that young man thinks the old man didn't used to be a young man once upon a time. And every so often, I get on one of those video games and I play against D'Angelo and X and Chris. And I stomp their guts out because I was a young man once upon a time. And when I was a young man, I was really good at Street Fighter. So that leads me to how I figured out who Aaron the Plumber reminds me of. I had D'Angelo on Street Fighter and I was stomping his guts out as usual. And what I did, I used one of my favorite characters, Vega. And I got on there and I was just slamming and suplexing D'Angelo all over the place. And who did D'Angelo pick? D'Angelo picked Balrog. And right away I saw it. I said, wow, that's who it is. Aaron the Plumber looks like Balrog. Well, needless to say, D'Angelo wiped the floor with me with Balrog.
There's no escape!
Let my beauty intoxicate you.
Fight!
I couldn't get a suplex off or anything. Balrog against Vega, it wasn't a good match for me. And speaking of Balrog and Vega, if you're in Japan, the Japanese call Vega Balrog. So it was actually Balrog versus Balrog. But the moral of this whole story is Aaron the Plumber reminds me of Balrog. So I solved the mystery of who Aaron the Plumber reminds me of. And now that we cleared that up, the only thing left to say is salute to Aaron the Plumber. Keep on doing what you're doing, young man. I'm watching you. Be careful out there. Don't get yourself killed. And now that we solved the mystery of who Aaron the Plumber looks like, I'm done with it. Bam!